Hello there again. Welcome back to our tutorial. Yes, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add a quiz, how to create a questionnaire. So again, I'll sign in with my details. Yes, so the first list of things I'll see is the sessions, but right here on the left, there's another item on the menu which says questionnaire. So I'll click that. Again, I'll be able to see the list of all my questionnaires that are in the system. So just click new questionnaire to create a new one. Yes, so I'll enter the name of the questionnaire, for example, tutorial quiz, just for basics. Give it a little description, and then the default time for each question will be 15 seconds. And then here we have different types. So we have text options where the users have options A, B, C, D. Then we have image options where users have image options of A, B, C, D. Then we have true or false. That is basically, is it true? Is it false? We have scrambled. This is for scrambled words. We have order options. I'll not talk much about this. Order images. Actually, order options helps us in situations, for example, where one set questions, for example, put the different steps of first aid in order. Then we list them out in a disorganized order A, B, C, D, and then they have to put them in order. So for each order the user passes, for example, if the correct order is B, C, D, A, the system will look out for the correctly positioned steps and give 1 mark for each of those. Then we have order images, same thing. We have a poll. With this one you can be able to run a poll for people to vote about different things. You could put in options, for example, rate the food at this restaurant. For example, it's amazing, it's basic, it's fair. Last option could be I don't like it. I'll show you about that one later. And we have word rush as well. I'll show you that. Straight text. Straight text is where users can be able to just type in, for example, you can ask them, you can put a picture of a famous figure and ask them to type in the name of that figure. Yes, we have word set, we have compared. Compared is the same as text options, but with compared you can have just 2 options or 3 options. Yes, it's up to you. Then we have MAQ as well. I'll show you that one as well later. So for now, we're going to try text options. This is going to be a default question type. So this helps in situations where you don't want to keep selecting the question type. So I'm just going to, for now we shall ignore this. The theme for now is going to default to dark. We shall ignore these questions in summary. So I'll create my questionnaire. Once I create it, again the system will bring me to this tab. If I click here, I don't have any questions assigned for this. So up here we have options to reset, to edit, to run. So this particular run is just for you to run the quiz as an admin, but you'll not be able to, participants will not be able to play it. It's just for you to peruse through and preview your questions. And then delete, of course, deletes the entire quiz. But for now, let's go to add a question. So if you notice here, the type ID is defaulted text options because that is our default question type. Again, if I want, I can be able to change this, but I will only change this for this particular question. So for example, I will say, what is the name of the person in the image? Then I'll put Philip, Seveni, Alan, Rick. Then I'll select here my answer and I say maybe it's B. Then if you want any notes maybe to go along with the question, for example, when the answer has been selected, you can just add. Yes, then we have photo here. So photo, if you want to add a photo from the internet, you just click this little camera icon. Just click this, it will bring a pop-up. So the first drop down that's selected here is Bing. So if I click on this, I have options to go to my gallery and pick out an image from my gallery. I have options of Unsplash. I have Google as an option as well. You can be able to add a GIF on your question. You can be able to also use Bing. So our default is always Bing because it's reliable. With Google we have limited calls per day, but with Bing I'll be able to, for example, type in 70. Yes, this was just yes, the system just brought for me options, but yes, if I type in Museveni, the system will go to the internet onto Bing and get for me a picture. So all I have to do again is just double click on the picture, or you can just tick the image and click send. So I can click this, for example, and click send, or I can just double click. When you double click, automatically just loads the image in. So we have options here: photo URL. So for example, if I'm getting an image off the internet, for example, of Museveni, so for example, this is my image. I can see it's from CNN. Yes, I can be able to right click this image, copy the link address and paste the link address in there. Yes, so basically it will override and use this image over this one. This is basically you saying you're using an image from the internet. I will show you about this option later of his video. And then we also have custom time. If for example we set our default time to be 15 seconds, I can say I want the custom time for this question to be 12 seconds. So this custom time overrides the default time, but for only this particular question. So this is basically how we create a text options question. We provide the option A, B, C, D, select which one is the answer. You can add some notes. This is optional, it's not mandatory. Add a picture to your question. Usually we advise users to try and confuse the participants using images. Again, I'll first remove this for now and show it to you later. So I'll create my question by clicking create question. Yes, so because this add new question checkbox is selected, to just bring me to a form to just add a new question. So it just brings me back to the same form to add the second question. So again, we still have text options presented. So I can ask what is the first book in the Bible? Matthew, John, Revelation, none of the above. Now select my answer as none of the above. I can just put some notes to mock with the users. Do you read your Bible? Really ever read your Bible? Yes, I can also add the link, for example, URL. Yes, again, this is already selected. Add new question. If I unselect this, it will take me back to the details of the quiz, but I'll leave this selected. Basically saying after storing this question, just bring me back to this form. Yes, so that's basically it. So now I'm going to show you the different other modes. Let me show you straight text. So for example, if I select straight text here, I can just say write the name of, write the surname of the person in the image. And then I say, for example, when I come here to my images, and click Museveni, just bear with my internet, it's a little bit slow today. Okay, so I'll just double click and add that again. So with straight text, any notes that you add will be displayed along with the question. So you can just add, for example, this can consider this like a hint. First, longest serving president of Uganda. Yes, so this will look like a hint. Again, we are going to go through these and preview them and see how they look like. Then we shall also try true or false. It's Museveni, the first president of Uganda. Again, I'll select here that it's false. Again, I can just, so with this true or false, the notes are always again displayed with the answer. So check your facts well, my friend. So again, this one I don't have to add a picture, I can just leave it. So that's a true or false. And then let's also try image options. So for example, which of these is the president of Uganda? I select my answer. For example, it's going to be B. So with image options, basically I have to provide option A, B, C, D as images. Simple as that. So I'll select A. I'll put in here Jomo Kenyatta. I'll put here Mandela. Option C. Actually, yeah, let me just change 70. And option, so I put Poppy Wine. Yes, so if you noticed the question, our correct answer is actually C. So I'll come back here, change this to C. Yes, so I'll click create question. Yes, so that's how we add image options. And then we have scrambled. So if I click scrambled, for example, I can say the idea is to make sense of the characters. So with scrambled, the first field we always enter is the answer. So for example, I can put in 70. This is my answer. And then to scramble it, I can use this little button. So it will scramble it up here. So this is ideally going to be like our question. So I'll scramble it. So I can scramble it manually by realigning the questions how I want, moving one letter to the other. And then here in the notes, I can provide a hint, President of Uganda. Of course, this is much easier, but you can use other tricky ones. So you can use this notes field to provide a hint. You can also use images to provide a hint. You can use GIFs as well to provide a hint. So if I put in here Museveni, I don't know if there's any GIFs for Museveni. Hopefully, we can get something. Okay, there were no GIFs for Museveni, so I'll just let me just put a flag of Uganda flag as a second hint. So the hint again can be either an image without the text, or you can use both, or you can use just the text alone. So again, I'll create question. Okay, then we also have word rush. So word rush, I simply have to type as many words as I want. 70, Yoweri, Kaguta, Lubanga, Shenga, Kamale, Linde, Jokes, Melanin, Branch, Question, Tutorial. Yes, again, custom time if I want. So this one, I just click create question. I'll show you again how these all display. So I click create question there. Then which other type? Let's try compared. So compared, I can just type which of these is the president of Uganda. So this one I can just put in, for example, 3 questions. Yoweri, Museveni, Bobby Wine. So I can leave out option D. I select that as my answer. I don't have to put a picture, but you can put if you want. Click create question. Okay, then a mark Q. Mark Q usually is I just type a sentence. For example, I love Uganda so much that I can't live anywhere else in this life. Maybe next. Again, I'll show you how this looks like in the preview. Click create question. Yes, okay, so for now I'm just going to show you these. So if I go back to if I click here on my breadcrumb tutorial quiz, I can be able to run this quiz and preview how the different questions will look like. So for example, this was our first text options question. What is the name of the person in the image? So the users just have to select either A, B, C, or D. Yes, again, I'll wait for the clock to run down and it will just go to the next question. I'm going to be explaining the different types of questions. So if you notice, these are our notes that were added. They're displayed along with the answer, just to explain why that is the situation. What is the first book in the Bible? I think we didn't have an image associated with this. Again, it's none of the above. Yeah, we shall just wait again for this one as well to be displayed. Do you really ever read your Bible? Yes. Okay, shall wait for our next question. So this one is a straight text question. Write the surname of the person in the image. This is the note again that we added. So here with straight text, the note is showed along with the question. So again, once the clock runs down, the user has to enter the answer in the text box and hit go. The answer will be displayed at the bottom. Museveni. Is Museveni the longest serving president? This is a true or false. This is how it looks like. Again, we shall wait for our clock to run down and you see the correct answer. So that's a true or false. Yes, again with true or false, the notes are displayed with the answer. Okay, so this is our image options. Again, which of these is the president of Uganda? Again, the users just have to select either A or B or C or D, but their options are images. Yes, this one's very interesting. You can exercise your imagination with this one. Yes, and do several things. Again, after it will just highlight that it is C. Again, to move to the next question. So this is a scrambled word. So the question here is the scrambled characters here. And the hint is President of Uganda. So we also have another hint in the image here with the flag of Uganda. So the user just has to type in Museveni, for example, if that's the correct answer. Yes, and yes, that's how scrambled words look like. Okay, let's go to our next category. So this is word rush. If you notice up here, it gives you the instructions. Type as many words as you can get, leave a space in between each word, submit before time runs out. Okay, I think I'm going to have to show you these next ones, word rush and mark you. I'll show them to you when we add this quiz to a session. Okay, so this is compared. Compared, we can be able to use three options, A, B, C. We can even just have two options. It's different from from text options. Okay, okay, that will be the end of our tutorial today. I'll show you anything else afterwards. Thank you.